Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 13th day of December in the year 2024. We are live today with Mayor Dan Pronti of North Arlington, who is here to tell us about an executive order he issued last night at the council meeting concerning drones. Mayor, thank you for joining us today. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Yeah, tell us what you and the borough council did last night at the council meeting to restrict drones in North Arlington.
Well, I wanted to do what I could do. I wanted to do my part and what I'm allowed to do regarding this drone situation that has everybody up in arms and asking a million questions, and it doesn't seem like we're getting many answers on it.
Hmm.
So what I did was I spoke to our police chief, and I also spoke with our borough attorney, and he came up with an executive order of it's I named it Executive Order 2024, and you hate to be the bearer of bad news to people who fly drones, for fun or whatever. But as serious as this situation potentially could be, we put an order together to ban it. And I can basically read you what the rules are here.
Please.
And I put an order together that no drone may be operated in the borough of North Arlington without permission of the North Arlington Chief of Police, except for those properly licensed and registered through the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, or those operated by the United States federal, state, county, or local government authorities, or a bona fide news agency, but they have to notify the chief of police. This way, anytime something's in the sky or a resident sees something, they should be reporting that to the local police or actually the FBI. I had Chief Horton put together a. Hold on one
Sure,
second,
sure.
Kevin. I was going to shut the door. It's a little noisy.
It's okay. It was here
But
too.
I had Chief Horton put together a to report type comment, and he sent me to report any information. You can call the FBI, and it's 1-800 call FBI, CALL FBI. That's the number. So it's kind of easy to know.
Right.
You can submit it online at tips.fbi.gov, and citizens can upload videos directly through the FBI's online portal. And it says for more information about drones, also known as unmanned aircraft systems, UAS, please visit the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness website, which is under NJOHSP. So that's just information. I'm trying to get as much information as I can
Yeah.
for the residents. I mean, obviously, people are concerned about this, and I'm concerned myself. My basic concerns here are these things are only being seen at night. They're not being observed in the daytime. We have our reservoirs out there, the drinking water that we consume, our power sources, the infrastructures of the town, of the state, of the country, and our sensitive areas. We have Picatinny Arsenal in our state, and I mean these are important places that should not have drones flying around that we cannot substantially identify or even give you an idea of where they're being launched from or where they're landing. And we're waiting on Governor Murphy to pass an order similar to the one that I did last night. And right now, I spoke to our surrounding mayors regarding this, and we're each going to do our part to see what we can do to limit the possibilities of people putting their own aircraft up there, because that's all we can do.
Right.
We're local mayors. We can't do what the president of the United States can. We can't do what the governor can do. And right now, the state police and the FBI, they're up there. The Coast Guard's out there looking at these things, and when they take these drones, apparently they're flying above them, and these drones are blacking out at night. And it's a sensitive topic that we really need to take seriously. We don't know. This could be absolutely nothing, but it could be something else, and we
Right.
just don't know. And I don't like to be caught unprepared. So right now, I'm going to call for a complete ban on any type of drones flying around my town. And if they are caught doing that, they're going to be fined or whatever, because no, if you get a drone for Christmas, nobody wants to tell the kid, oh, you can't fly your drone for Christmas. We don't want to be the Burgermeister here. If you remember the Burgermeister.
Yes.
And Because I had people joking with me last night. Oh, what happens if the kids get drones for Christmas or whatever? Well,
Hmm.
unfortunately, we have national security to worry about right now,
Right.
and we have to take these things seriously. I'd love to say that everything is a walk in the park, but it's not. And if we don't take these things seriously, no one will. So we're going to start here. Our residents are all concerned. I'm getting calls. I had people reaching out. We actually had a report of a drone last night in town where a resident called the police department and said there was a small drone seen outside her window.
Outside our window.
Well, outside her window in an apartment. And
Oh,
it's you know what I mean? I mean that could be viewed as a copycat or whatever it may be. But did I lose you, Kev?
no,
All
I'm
right,
still
good.
here. I
Oh, okay.
think.
I had
Okay.
something
Sorry.
pop up on the screen.
Okay.
I mean, that could be viewed as a copycat or anything along those lines, or it could be something innocent. It could be somebody, a peeping Tom. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
anything like that, report that immediately to the police because you're
Okay.
not supposed to be doing that to begin with.
Right.
And
So
now on
speak.
top of,
Sorry, Dan.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mayor.
So on top of all the things that are going on, I mean, really use your head. Don't go flying drones for no reason now because it's the cool thing to do. It's just
Right.
not. We have to take it serious.
So let's say a resident of North Arlington sees a drone tonight, which
Right.
is, I guess, very possible given what you saw yesterday. They
Right.
should they be contacting the FBI first, or should they be contacting the North Arlington Police Department if it's within
Well,
your jurisdiction?
if it's low enough and it's in our jurisdiction, I would recommend calling the police department and seeing what they say right there. Because if someone flying a personal drone outside your house, that's an issue that I want our police to know about. I don't want to wait for it to trickle down from the FBI. We will definitely look at it. We will look at any potential threats that are out there. So our police are going to be on top of it, and we are taking it seriously.
What is the is I'm just trying to think of the best way to phrase this. What will the police department do once they get a phone call that says there's a drone in my neighborhood and it's flying right at my eye level? Will they go to the scene? Are they gonna? Is there something that? What kind of authority have they been vested? I guess
Right.
is
Well, unfortunately, they do not have the authority, and I know that you're waiting for me to tell you that they're going to shoot it out of the
no.
sky, but we do not have the authority to do that. Nor would I recommend anybody start shooting things into the air. But I would want to make sure that the professionals take it over, and our police would go there. Obviously, they would see what they want to see, what they can see, and report that to the proper authorities, and make sure it's taken care of by professionals. The last thing I want are amateurs trying to pull a drone out of the sky, and then who knows what could happen at that point.
Hmm. How about
Yeah.
for you personally? How many have you seen over the last couple of weeks when this all started to develop? Have there been a few other than
Well,
yesterday?
late last night, I noticed myself. I was at my house, and you could see over the Passaic River. They looked like they were over Belleville,
Hmm.
and you could see, I mean, rather large drones. And my daughter was out there taking pictures of them to see what she could see if she enlarged it or whatever. But it's very mysterious right now, and I mean, hopefully it turns out to be you know something where the government, it's a secret or whatever. But who knows? They're not telling me. Although I believe our governor should be doing a lot more about this,
Yeah.
and
Well,
hopefully he does listen and he does it. I
let's
don't know if he's
address that.
doing something that
Let's
he's just
address that
not
because,
announcing.
yeah, he has been very silent. He didn't attend the meeting of the mayors that happened a couple of days ago that Mike Melham went to.
Yes.
And he was pretty pissed that the governor didn't show up for that. And I think everybody who was there was kind of upset that the governor didn't show up for that meeting.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you have an open phone line to Phil Murphy, what are you saying to him today?
I mean, basically what they did, Kev, they gave one day's notice for 500 mayors in New Jersey to attend a meeting in Ewing, New Jersey, which is, just 2.5 hours of drive for anyone who's in Bergen County.
Right.
And, I mean, I had Board of Education meetings that day. I had negotiation meetings that day. And, you just can't drop what's going on in your town.
Right.
So the local mayors got together, and Mike Melham went down, and he reported back to us on exactly what his findings were and what he found. And he was not too pleased with the information that was given out because it was very limited. And the governor called for a meeting of all the mayors, and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's a little disheartening.
It really is. And especially with something as important as this. If you're just joining us, Mayor Dan Pronti, the mayor of North Arlington, is with us. We've been talking about the drone situation. Are you concerned about are there other things that you're concerned about too with the presence of these drones? We don't know if any of them are being operated, and we've seen this in the news by foreign actors, other countries, and things of that nature. Are you worried that that's a possibility, that maybe this is Russia or Iran, as Representative Jeff Drew said a couple of days ago? Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, you do get people that are putting speculation out there, and the last thing I want to do is speculate and instill fear in anyone. We have to have some kind of faith in our authorities that we are doing the best that we can. I like to believe that everything is happening the right way. Sometimes you have to have your doubts when you see things that go on. I mean, with with the protection that certain people weren't getting in certain areas, and I mean, you like to think that in the past things were done a lot better. You'd like to think that that would continue, that people are protected, but from what I've seen lately, you have to have your doubts, and I think the right people in the right places is essential. You have to make sure that the right people are in the right positions of authority where their plan is to keep everyone safe. And hopefully it's not a foreign entity that's looking to do something negative here or plotting to do something. But you can never ever avoid that and make sure that that's and think that that's not out there, because the potential is always there, the risk is always there, and we always have to be vigilant no matter what. I don't like to brush anything off. I was in a police group on Facebook, and I'm looking at some of the comments there, and I put out that I'm issuing this executive order. And most of the people said, that's a good thing. At least you're doing your part to ensure that the only thing that's going to be in the sky is something that is not supposed to be there.
Right.
If you issue an executive order and you say there's no drones out there, and then you see a drone, that drone is obviously not supposed to be there because it's not obeying the rules and the laws. So now you limit the good guys, and now it's only the bad guys that are out there, or the people that
Shouldn't be there.
are suspect. I'm not
Right.
going to say that they're bad guys because we
No.
don't know. I
Yeah.
like to think that they're out there and they just don't know. Maybe they don't, they're not tuning into the concerns of the general public right now.
Absolutely. You had mentioned that Mike, Mayor of Belleville, Mike Melham, has been taking a vested interest in this. Have you spoken with mayors from any of the other communities, Kearney, Lyndhurst, Jersey City, anything else?
Not so much. No, I've been in contact with the mayor of Lyndhurst and the mayor of Belleville. Two of our neighboring communities. I have not spoken with Mayor Doyle in Kearney yet. I plan on speaking with her soon. And Jersey City, I have not spoken to anyone over there yet. It's actually a good way to go. And I don't know what Newark is doing right now. I'd like to see what their plans are. But I'd like everybody to follow suit. I'd like everybody to issue an executive order. It really doesn't take that much. I have mine, the one that I put up, and I mean, I believe I sent it to you.
You did.
And I mean, if there's any questions or anybody wants to mimic what I put, basically, I'm just you only want the drones in the sky that are supposed to be there, and
When we
anything that's mysterious should not.
when we spoke yesterday, you were considering an emergency ordinance, but it came down to an executive order. From what you've ascertained from your legal counsel, it seems to be that mayors of just about any town could follow suit, correct? Or is it depending on the
Yeah.
form of the government? Do you know what for
Well,
sure
you
on
know
that?
what it is. If we were to pass an ordinance, you can't pass an ordinance in December because you need two readings and you have to close it out at the end of the year.
Right,
So, and you wouldn't want to do that either. It's an emergent situation where you want to make sure that you take as much authority and power immediately. And the only option that we do have is an executive order because that does not require two monthly meetings where you don't want to wait 2 months to ban drones. Who knows what's going on and what could what could happen in the meantime.
right. What are the parameters of yours? If I'm not mistaken, it will continue through the end of January. Is that right?
Yeah, I put it in there. The declaration shall expire on January 31st, 2025, unless otherwise renewed. Now, I'm hoping that within the next week, our governor declares I mean, he likes to declare states of emergency. So maybe he should do that for something that actually has the potential of being an emergency, and
Right.
we do the executive order statewide. And I know that the other mayors feel the same.
Right. And then if that happens, then that supersedes your declaration as the governor, correct? Is that how that works? It won't matter.
Well, yeah, my executive order would just be mirrored on the state level, and it would be statewide, and the other mayors would not have to take that initiative. But if they do in the meantime, it's little pieces of the puzzle going forward. We can all pitch in and do our parts, and hopefully they take the lead.
If you're just joining us, Dan Pronti is the mayor of North Arlington, New Jersey. There is a concern in his community and a lot of the surrounding communities about drones. And on the way out here, Mayor, maybe just for people who are just joining us, we have a very large crowd today. Just a reminder, and to put yourself as a resident of North Arlington, which you are, what do you do if you see a drone tonight, let's say, when the sun goes down?
I'm going to call the main number of the local police department. It's the 4400 number, the 201-991-4400. Just hit zero, takes you right to the dispatcher. It's the fastest way to get to your local police. Just let the dispatcher know, listen, I see a drone over the sky in my airspace, whatever, above my house. If you see one over a neighboring community, obviously you're not going to let the North Arlington police know. But if it's something that's right here, and it's something that someone is flying, or you can see where it's landing or taking off from, that may be helpful. It's something where everybody can pitch in and do their part to try to analyze the seriousness about this whole thing.
Right. And I don't want to put any words in your mouth, so I'm going to speak on my behalf. I would say to anybody else in another community too, if you see something like this in your own town, follow the instructions, but replace that phone number with the phone number of your local police department
Yeah,
because
don't call 911. I would not advise calling 911. You know what I mean? It's not an imminent emergency. You don't want to tie up the 911 lines, but you do want to notify your local police department. You want to speak to the dispatcher immediately. Speak to the dispatcher, let them figure out the best way to proceed, and just report it. It's all you could do is report it. I don't want anybody out there trying to fight drones or anything like that, and get yourself injured. If you see it, you report it, you say something, and little things like that, they add up, and hopefully somebody here can put together some type of information that's essential with finding out what exactly is going on.
what about people who are hesitant? Would you say this is another one of those type of things? You see something, you say something, right? Would you?
Exactly. And the biggest thing is, I mean, you see with social media, people are afraid to say something because they're afraid of the people who go on there and make fun of you or do something stupid like that. But I mean, come on, you see something, you say something. I mean, we should have, with the things that have happened in this country, in this world over the last decade or two, you should know that by seeing something, you say something, and you actually could foil a plot of something drastic that could happen. The little things, just the little things in life, you have to take them a little seriously, and you can't worry about what the Facebook warriors are saying or anything like that, because they're just there sitting in their houses waiting for somebody to say something so that they can make fun of
Exactly, and they'd be the first ones to complain if God
it.
forbid
Right.
attack, right? On the way out here, the borough of North Arlington. We probably have a lot of people from out of the area. Give us a little report on how things are going in North Arlington right now.
Well, I'd like to tell you it's always sunny and 72 degrees, but it's a little chilly today. It's nice. We've been doing great things in town. We like to look at ourselves as one of the more up and coming communities. We've been doing our positive things for the last decade, and we're just making it better every day. That's my job, and I like to keep forward and making sure that every day I try to improve something else, and I try to help someone or talk to someone or meet a new business owner, and it shows. We see new businesses open up left and right in town, and all the old ugly things are getting washed away, and the new nicer things are coming in, and that's all we could do. That's our part.
Remember this too for anybody who's visiting us for the first time. Mayor Pronti is a Republican mayor of a town that is pretty much 2-to-1 Democrat in demographics, and he
Pretty much.
wins every year. Whenever there's an election, he wins big whenever there's an election, and he's doing more, I think, in the last 10 years than have been done in the last 90 combined. So just keep that in mind if you're wondering a little bit about North Arlington. Look it up. with Google if you're out of the area. And Mayor, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you very much for doing this, and thank you for being so frank with the people about what's going on right now.
That's all I could do, Kev, is be me.
That's
You
it.
know.
Thank you. We'll do this again soon. Okay.
Thanks a lot. I
All right,
appreciate the time.
everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Take care.
All right, Kevin.